Hey, it's Mark with another Super Bowler Smash attack, and this one's against a core town hall. So the Flame Flinger can't be used to take down the town hall. Next thing is to figure out where to put the Flame Flinger. And let's see. So right away, I guess when I'm seeing the scattershots in a couple of compartments, one at 6 and one at 12, and that is probably going to be a spot that I want to put a Flame Flinger, because I don't want the Granden Warden, to have to go against a scattershot. A warden could go against a scattershot, but it is a little bit risky because that scattershot definitely does a lot of damage against the warden. I probably have to use a freeze or something else to help the warden out against the scattershot. So at 6 o'clock for the Flame Flinger, there aren't any expos to worry about, because the expos are, there's one, they're kind of more in the middle of each side. There's one in the corner over here, and that one. So I probably am not going to want to put. Well, I could put the warden over there, but maybe not with also the. So that 3 o'clock compartment for the warden. With the expo and the Granden Warden there, it's not going to be a good entry point. Probably I'd want to look for something different, because both of those can hit pretty hard. And so one of the things that I like about attacking from 6 o'clock is with the Flinger, is that these defensive buildings are pretty close together. So there should be some really nice residual damage in this whole compartment. And most likely, since the scattershot and the bomb towers, it's only one spacing away from that multi-mortar, residual damage should be able to take down that multi-mortar. I might not have to worry about that for the Flinger, but I'll be keeping an eye on it. And so if we come from the top with the Flinger, that could work too. I mean, we'll definitely be able to, clear the buildings, and that mortar is probably not going to be a problem. But there is the Royal Champion there. It makes me think that the Flinger might not have as good of a value. It could cause a problem. And then the Granden Warden from 9 o'clock. Let's see. There's, nothing contentious over at 9 o'clock for the Granden Warden. And so that would be fine. And breaking into this compartment with a Wallbreaker here on the 830 side should be no problem. And then when I think about pathing, if I can avoid it, I like to avoid pathing straight into the town hall compartment. If I can keep my army from actually getting into that, to avoid the town hall poison bomb, that would be ideal. So I'm thinking about trying to path around and use the jump just to get into this compartment. Maybe, put the jump maybe around on this wall or so that the troops can path around the town hall and not into it. I'm trying to avoid the jump, making it so the troops would want to go into the town hall compartment. And that would give them access to this monolith, that monolith compartment. And the second jump, I would be thinking about not just, so I could put the jump between the monolith and the clan castle here, but if I did that, to me it's a little bit more restrictive, because Now, the main army needs to kind of break through walls once they're looking to get out of there. So I would be trying to think about putting a jump on the backside of the town hall, and that way they would already take down the town hall, and they could pass through. And get over to that eagle compartment. I would kind of be thinking about trying to do something like that. And so let's start the replay here. And there's the Flame Flinger coming in at the bottom. And the Warden over at 9 o'clock. So we're just kind of waiting for them to kind of work in those two corners, and so it'll take a little bit of time to work through that, but there'll be a lot of residual damage at 6 o'clock for that Flame Flinger. And it's also a time when I'll be kind of looking to see, what kind of the pathing looks like, but I'm also worried about that multi-mortar, so I'm holding back. I know that we're going to go for the Finger's going to go for the bomb tower first, and I'm holding back the Yeti. And then there goes the residual damage. Went down. 140 is left. I put the Yeti down to help clear the buildings for the funnel. And ice golems go down. The king is pulling over the warden. There's the queen. Flinger is still working at the center. It's actually moving over towards the center. Rage up that initial compartment. There's kind of the jump to the side, another rage to help them get over to that monolith as quickly as they can. CC troops come out, just poison. It looks like a couple of Yetis. It's no big deal. There's like my attempt at a jump behind the town hall there. The king goes through, gets that. The troops are kind of going into the poison a little bit, so it didn't work out the greatest. I put the Royal Champion then over on the opposite side, and it has to fight the Royal Champion. I didn't plan for that the best. I could have put down that skeleton spell actually. If I was doing a war attack, I would be planning for that as well, to put a skeleton spell down for that Royal Champion ahead of time. But the troops are moving through this base no problem. I think we got enough value with that Super Bowler push, the smash part. And now it's just clean up. Tons of troops left. It's no problem. So there's another Super Bowler smash example with a center town hall.